Hello, I'm John Owens, Principal Business Mentor at John Owens International, and welcome to this episode of the Business Breakthrough Formula video series. Now, this episode, we're going to talk about control and accountability. But let me start off by asking you some questions so as I can explain what I mean. In your business, are you having problems answering any of these questions? Who should do what in your business? When should it be done? When was it actually done? How was it done, and who did it? Now, if you have a problem answering any single one of these questions, you need control and accountability. But just what are these? So here's my definition of control. It's a means of ensuring that what your business delivers to its customers is totally compatible with what was promised in terms of suitability, quality, ethos, and timeliness. And this is control over the delivery of your promise to the world. So it's the backbone of your business. And what's accountability? Well, here's my definition again. A means of identifying and defining the person or people within the business who are responsible for carrying out one or more specific tasks in a manner that's totally compatible with what the business promised in terms of suitability, quality, ethos, ethics, and timeliness. And again, accountability for the delivery of your promise to the world. Who has control in your business? Well, that depends on your company culture. It could be that the boss is totally in control and just tells autocratically the workers what to do. Or it could be that the workers are in control and they tell the boss what to do. Hopefully that isn't the way you are, because control should be two-way. It should be top down and bottom up. Everybody in the business, at the bottom, at whatever level they are, should have control over what they're doing every day in terms of quality and delivering against promise. And from the top down, the bosses need to have control over what is being done and being able to measure it and make sure that it conforms to the promise. And accountability is the same way. It should be top down and bottom up. Every individual is totally accountable for the quality of what they do. And the people who oversee them are accountable for ensuring that the people who are doing the job are doing it correctly and have the means of doing it correctly. But how do you gain this control and accountability? Well, key performance indicators, or KPIs, are a very powerful means of giving this control and accountability to the business at all levels. Let's look at what key performance indicators are. Well, they are a measure, but they must be meaningful, intuitive, easy to record, and in fact, the information to show them should be recorded as an integrated part of doing the job itself. Let's look at example KPIs for a sales rep, for example, and they could be the number of leads, which in this case is 750. Let's say these are for a month. The number of sales from those leads, 100, and the value of sales from the 100 leads, $600,000. Is this good or bad? Well, the fact is we don't know, because we would need to compare them to what they ought to have been. And this is where we can actually bring in KPIs, key performance indicators, of forecast against actual. Now we have forecast leads of 800 and the actual number of leads was only 750, so there's 50 missing. Number of sales was forecast to be 160, 100 were achieved. The value of sales was forecast to be 800,000 and only 600,000 were achieved. Now, being able to compare actuals to forecasts suggests that this sales rep might be underperforming. But is that the case? It could be, when we look at these, and this is where the sales rep and sales manager get the chance to talk to each other, that the forecasts were unrealistic or unattainable. If the forecasts were realistic and the sales rep didn't achieve them, then they can look together at why and what are the blockages. So the key performance indicators, they do hold people to account, but they do more than that. They enable you to spot blockages and remove them, address them together. Now, a very powerful way of looking at key performance indicators is to build a company dashboard. And this can be done quite simply. You can have software to do it, or you can do it just with a spreadsheet. And this is a visual way of measuring how well a part of the business or an individual is performing. Here we're going to look at the sales figures for a rep. Individually, we're able to see that these were the number of leads. These are the forecast leads against the actual leads. We have the figures, the actual figures in the table at the bottom, and we have a graph showing forecast against actual. Then we can go to number of sales. Once again, we can read the figures at the bottom, but the graph shows us the variation of actual against forecast. And then with the value of sales, we can see how they varied throughout the months. So, control and accountability give you control over the way in which your team delivers your promise to the world. And surely nothing is more important than this in your business. Thanks for listening. Thanks for your time. If you want to talk any more about control, accountability, or anything else in business, please don't hesitate to contact me at john@jo-international.com. If you like this video, please press like below and leave a comment. If you're looking at this on my blog, and you'd like to get the next video delivered directly to your inbox, then fill in your first name, second name, and your email below and press subscribe. Now, next time we're going to vary a little bit of looking at business. We're going to look at something almost more, and definitely more important than business. We're going to talk about looking after yourself so as you can be in top peak performance physically, emotionally, and mentally for running your business and taking it to the next level. I really look forward to talking to you then. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.